Good day, everyone. Welcome back. These are the men's picks for the Spartan North American Elite Series. This is a show we like to call Who's on Top? It's Matt B. Davis. That's me. Jack Bauer, the man who knows more about obstacle racing history and statistics than anyone in the world. And Nicole, Mericle, multiple time obstacle champion. Yep, I can speak words. We give you some insights into our top 5 picks, which you also can participate in, which is the real beauty of this, the real fun of this. There is a link in the description. If you can't find it, just go to yancycamp.com and then go to predictions or contest. And you can see how you do against us, against your friends. It's a lot of fun. We already released the women's video yesterday, also linked below. And today we're going to talk about the men. And before we do, I want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, Libsyn. As you know, I have been podcasting for 10 years. And for 9 of those years, it has been with Libsyn. I don't know what I was doing the first year, but then I found Libsyn in 2013, and I've stuck with them since. I get asked, dare I say weekly, about podcasting for people, and they'd say, what host should I use? There's so many out there. They all say they do this, that, and the third. And I say Libsyn because they aren't going anywhere. Who the fuck knows with these new companies? We do this, we do this, we do this, and then they're gone. Libsyn I've been using forever. The service has never been down to my knowledge. Seriously, like literally, I don't know one time when it's been like, oh shit, Libsyn is down. In 9 years, I can't even think of when that's happened. And it's super simple. The latest layout is 5, and it's super simple. Drag and drop stuff in, type in your description, tell it where to go, and then boom, it goes to every single podcast player in the world. So thank you, Libsyn, for being amazing all these years. If you want to start a podcast, Libsyn.com. And without any further ado, you can check out our female picks. Sorry, these are the men's picks. You can check out the men's picks right now. Away we go. All right, let's move on to the men. Once again, going mostly on. I haven't paid a ton of attention to who's got who's training blocks or who's doing splits, but just sort of gut instinct and history, and that is giving me a.
Can I just say?
Go ahead.
Can I say, if we had to choose like 5th through 10th on the women's side, I have no idea what I would select.
Clue.
And I think it's going to be like a crazy, awesome, really close race.
Yep.
And I think similarly 6 to 10 for men. I don't think Jack and I are going to have the same. We might and we might not. But if he has this,
no one's having the same men in this entire contest. I think 11 people could win this race. Like it's so wide open.
Is that right, confirmed? Because he says he's not confirmed on this.
He was biking across Canada. I'm 99.9% sure he'll be there.
He's going. I mean, if if Lindsay wasn't, he might skip it. But I think because he just finished biking across Antarctica, Alaska, but because she's going and it's a national series race, I think he'll go an NAES race.
Yeah.
I think 3 people can win this race. I don't think 11 men can win this race, but we'll talk about that. I've got Mark Batres in 5th.
5th place. Wow. Okay.
What do you have, Jack Bauer?
No. I want your reasoning.
The whole thing I just said based on
you did nothing specifically about Mark. You just said I've got him in 5th.
Because I don't have much to say about him. I haven't seen him since World's Toughest, and I have no idea how he's doing. But I feel like he's still got a lot of humps to get over when it comes to these races on Spartan side. And but I think he'll race hard, and I think he'll show up 5th if he doesn't blow up.
All right.
Or he'll blow up and show up in 5th. Or he'll blow up. Or he'll be in 2nd, blow up to 5th. There's a lot of things you could do.
Didn't he miss his spear in the race he recently did?
He got 4th against like Glenn, Rylan, and Hawk. So yeah, I don't know if
that was because of a missed spear.
I don't know if it was, but I mean, he's from Southern California. The guy definitely, he won't have to travel that where he lives. Used to running there. He has the second most podiums ever on Canadian soil. So like that type of terrain is good for his skill set. But yeah, I mean, it's not honestly if it's a fast course as well. So,
well, and again, Jack, all those things you just said, that's why you're on the show. You've got all that information.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just a guy going with his gut instinct, and it's fun to talk to sometimes, but I'm a good host. So there you go. We're bringing you on for your insight, and Nicole on for her insight and actual performance.
Gotcha. My fifth place, I genuinely do not know how this is going to turn out. Like I said, the men's, it's so deep. I'm going Hunter.
McIntyre.
Nice.
Hunter McIntyre, fifth place.
100% confirmed, Hunter McIntyre?
He will be. He texted me, not like Instagram. He texted me he's going to be there. So
I don't think I even saw him on my list.
He's on there?
He's on.
Yeah.
There.
I mean, yeah.
I guess I didn't read it because I was so... There he is, right above Jacob Klinker.
Yeah. I feel like he's an afterthought to a lot of people at the moment because, like, he ended up getting second. Ryan Kent. Keep in mind, he still broke 59 minutes, which was, like, one of the fastest times ever. He's not out of shape by any means. And he didn't win that world championship, and he hasn't run a Spartan race since 2017. I totally understand that, where people are like, oh, he's not his old self. But he never finishes poorly. In his entire Spartan career, he's never finished fourth in any series race. He's won one before. He's had several podiums in Monterey, Palmerton. Actually, a couple times he's finished second in Monterey.
I might have to move him up to fifth. I'll sleep on it. But
if you don't think that he is like livid and he just wants to show these new guys like how good he is, I genuinely think that Hunter is going to have a really good race and put himself in contention. And I know the field is a lot deeper than when he left, so he might be in for a rude awakening, and I could be completely wrong. I just don't see him finishing 15th. Like, he's too good to do that, even without some big strength elements.
He's a competitor. Yeah, he'll definitely put himself in position to do well. I don't know if he's given himself enough time to really sharpen up on the running. I know that he's like dropped some weight, dropped some muscle mass that he didn't need.
Yeah.
But again, I just don't know if he's given himself enough of a training block to really be at these other guys' levels in terms of running. This is hard. This is really hard. Batres, Logan, Veerman, Kent, Hunter, even Josiah, even though Josiah's bread and butter is more mountain courses, I think he could very well be there. But I'm going to go with Batres.
Mark Batres also.
All right. I mean, I must be getting slightly better at this if I'm starting to pick the same thing you guys are. I mean, I must be at least some of the picks, right?
You're not Stephen A. Smithing it and just doing crazy stuff just for
right. And I could totally do that, right? I could totally just have opinions, just to have opinions.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally agree. No, Batres is a solid pick, honestly. Like if
Hunter McIntyre is washed up. Yeah. It's gonna be, we haven't seen him since the field's got this deep, so that will be interesting. Let's move on to number 4.
Yep.
I think one of your local boys, Ryan Kent, is going to come in 4th.
All right. Ooh. How come?
Everybody tells me he's training really hard.
He is.
And I think he's also super hungry. I think hungry counts for a lot. I think he's super hungry. I think he's going to show up and do well.
I don't doubt it at all. Yeah, no. Matt, would you be surprised to hear that I went on a run with him recently? And yeah, no, he's. I went with him and Rich Ryan. We did repeats on the mini incline. You know where that is, Nicole, right? In Castle Rock.
I do. Yeah, is Rich in town now?
He moved to Denver. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's right in the heart of Denver, so it's definitely even more competitive in Colorado these days. But anyway, Ryan's fitness is really good right now, and got all the confidence in the world. He has 6 national series podiums. Most people don't realize that. Like he's done this before. He's won Seattle. He's done well in West Virginia. Like he's always up there. He's had a couple blow-ups in the past, but I think his current fitness and the fact that he's willing to fly out there, he wouldn't do that otherwise because it's hard for him to take time off of work. It'd probably stick more towards, the hybrid stuff, but he wants this. And I think Ryan Kent is going to have a fantastic race. I do not have him fourth though.
Who do you have fourth?
Yeah, I have a hard time putting him fourth or in the top 5 just because if you look at his racing history, it's very inconsistent. And so if he's coming into a race like Spartan, which he hasn't run in a while, I think that there's a high chance that he's gonna fumble something. He's gonna mess something up. As much as I do see that he's very fit right now and probably wouldn't fly out unless he thought that he could really make some noise.
Yep. I'm gonna go fourth place. The guy who won in Jacksonville, Tyler Veerman. His engine is so big right now. I know he's focusing more on ultra stuff, but he still won the super and the sprint in Jacksonville. If you look at his history, like what's he done in the past few years? I think he's had a couple National Series podiums. He ended up getting 3rd place in West Virginia last year, 5th in Utah, 7th at Tahoe before that, 3rd in Utah the year before. Like he's always up there in contention, and super confident. And I don't know, I just like his chances. Same thing with him working at UPS. He wouldn't fly out there unless he thought it'd do well. So I like his chances. I have not gone wrong with him recently though.
I have Hawk. Well, I have Hawk because his name and he did very well in Utah. And I think that I don't know. I saw him on the list. I really don't know much more. I don't know if he's like done racing in college. I don't really know what his speed is like on a somewhat flatter course. So
you got to imagine it's good because he's a sub 15 5K guy. I'm pretty sure because he's right around 25 flat for an 8K. He's got to be in that shape.
Yeah, I would think this would be a fine course for him, but all I've really seen of him is on that mountain course. So,
well, I have Hawk in 3rd for most of the things you just mentioned. I honestly don't. I don't know a lot about either of them, as none of us do, Rylan or Hawk. But I'm going to give the edge to Hawk. I like him. I like his. I'm putting futures. If I'm buying futures, I'm buying Hawk Call futures. I think he's got. He's going to be really good. So I'm putting him in 3rd.
Understatement. 3rd place for me. We already talked about him. I'm actually going Ryan Kent. I am all in on Ryan Kent right now.
Clearly, you are all in on Ryan Kent.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I go on runs with people, and I know when they're fit.
With him.
And was I wrong ever about VJ? I knew it, and I've been on some runs with Ryan Kent. I know he's there. So yeah. No, he's gonna do really well in this. He won't miss his spear. He's, like I said, he's had the success in the past and kind of went over him earlier, but I'm fine putting him in 3rd. He's gonna get another podium.
I know this is not going to be very popular, but I'm actually putting Atkins in 3rd. And the only reason is because he just did this incredibly long bike race. And it doesn't seem like he's been focused on OCR the last couple months, I guess. So putting him there just because I think.
Well, that's the only reason I have him in 2nd behind VJ. I think a lot of times these men's and women's races, it comes down to that, who do you have 1, 2? I've gone on record as saying I'm not betting against Atkins, even on a flat course, even because of this, even because of that. But I do think VJ is already, minus 500 to win this race, or plus 500. Would you say? What, I always forget which way to
It'd be minus because he's the favorite.
Right. Minus 800 to win this race. And then with Atkins, coming off what he just came off, it bumps him to minus 1,000. To me, it's VJ's race to lose. And I think Atkins will still find a way to overcome all these other guys really hungry, really, just because he's Atkins, and he finds a way to finish 1st or 2nd at almost, I don't know, when's the last time he finished 3rd in anything?
Asheville
last year?
Yeah, he was 5th or so. That was the one when Chris Brown got 2nd.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
VJ ran away with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's my 1-2, VJ, then Atkins. Who do you have, Jackie?
Identical.
Jackie boy.
VJ first, Atkins second. We've seen Atkins have a quick turnaround after doing what was that, the Eco Challenge, and that was much longer than this 2-day bike trek. We've seen him do well after just,
but that was also a mountain course.
Yeah, no, I get it, but he is Mr. Second Place usually, so I feel like he's either going to win or get second place, and that consistency time and time again, I just can't not put him in the top 2 right now.
I don't disagree necessarily. I'm just playing it that the time before was.
Oh no, I agree. And we saw him in like a 45 to 50 minute race not get second place when he was relatively fresh in Asheville. So
yeah,
it's not out of the realm of possibility at all. Later this year, when everything's a mountain course, good luck picking him out of second place. That'd be stupid. Or top 2, but
yeah, my guess is he's completely going to focus on the rest of the series. Title. So my second place is Rylan, because he's been racing well. Because I think he's young and hungry. He's figured out all the nuances of the race. So putting him second and VJ in first.
So VJ across the board.
Wow. You know what would be great to see would be Lindsay, Nicole, Emma battle. That would be fun.
Would be.
I hope we get to see that. I think Lindsay's still going to show up for North American, right? And you'll be healthy by that, right?
Yeah, that's the plan.
So we'll get to see it this year.
Yeah, we'll see her.
She said she's going to post her schedule soon. It won't only be OCR. It'll be like, I want to do this skimo race or whatever, and
bike and ski.
That,
yeah. And a lot
she's not going to just open up a bakery and gain 70 pounds. Like she's still going to be an athlete despite what she's doing.
What if this would be a great like SNL skit, like Lindsay like opens a bakery and like specializes in like weed brownies, and like just you see her just like fat and sitting back and just fucking getting high and what's up?
Totally not see that happening, but yeah, that would be hilarious. Yeah.
Well, I hope I live long enough to see all you guys get old. That's really my hope. It's gonna be fun. See how everybody's fitness lasts over the years.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll go over the top 5 real quick. All of us have VJ winning. Matt has VJ, Atkins, Hawk, Ryan Kent, Mark Batres. I have VJ, Atkins, Ryan Kent, Tyler Veerman, and Hunter McIntyre making his return. Nicole has VJ, Rylan Shadig, Ryan Atkins, Hawk Call, and Mark Batres.
And that is all. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you're notified when all of our videos come. I post a lot of random content, and also, of course, the podcast. If you've never found us, I've been doing that, as I said, for 9. It's actually been going on 10 years. We're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of the podcast, which is unreal. Go ahead and support us. Love you. Oh, if you're headed to SLO, you're headed to San Luis Obispo, have a great weekend at this first big race of the year. Love you. Miss you. Mean it. I have got to run.